My dad left when I was 3, and he didn't leave much to ma and me. Just a soul guitar and empty bottle of booze. Now I don't blame him because he running head, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought that was quite a joke and got a lot of laughs from a lot of folk. Seems I had to fight my whole life through. Some gal would giggle and I'd get red, and some guy'd laugh and I'd bust his head. And I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got keen, and I roamed town to town to hide my shame. Well, I made a vow to the moon and stars that I'd search the honky-tonks and the bars and kill that man who gave me this awful name. Well, it was Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit the town and my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old salon on the street of mud, there at the table Dylan Stud sat the dirty mangy dog that named me Sue. Well, I knew the snake was my own sweet dad from the worn out picture my mother had, and I knew the scar on his cheek and his evil eye. He was big and bent and gray and old, and I looked at him and my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name's Sue, how do you do? Now you're gonna die." Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he went down, but to my surprise, he came up with a knife and cut off a piece of my ear. But I busted a chair right across his teeth, and he crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and grogging in the mud and blood and the beer. I tell you, I've fought tougher men, but I can't really remember when. He kicked like a mule and bit like a crocodile. I heard him laugh and I heard him cuss. He went for his gun, but I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world is rough. If a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough." I knew I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that name and I said goodbye. I knew you'd have to get tough or die. And it's the name that helped you to make you strong. He said, "Now you just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got that right. To kill me now, I wouldn't blame you if you do. But you ought to thank me before I die for the gravel in your guts and the spit in your eye, 'cause I'm the son of a bitch that named you Sue." I got all choked up and I threw down my gun, and I called him Pa and he called me son, and I came away with a different point of view. I think about him now and then, and every time I try, even time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm gonna name him Bill, George, anything but Sue. I hate that name.